it is us who determine our environment. It is not an environment who determines who we become. It is us who determine what our environment becomes. It is us who determines what our environment becomes. So with our purpose. It is not an environment that it should change us to align ourselves to the way environment look like. We were not created to camouflage. We are not created to camouflage. We are not created to align ourselves with the environment. Animals are created to align themselves or to camouflage with the environment where they stay. So it is the environment that is determined how those animals become. That is why animals try to imitate and live like the environment for their survival. But we are not supposed to live like our environment for our survival. We are supposed to turn it around. We are supposed to create a change in our environment. I don't know if I'm talking to anybody. So human beings are supposed to be changers. You change the environment. You yourself, you're supposed to change. You change from one image to another. And you are also supposed to change the environment. Or you to just align yourself with the environment. But you are supposed to change the environment to suit your purpose. To suit what you want done in your life. If I'm talking to anybody, can I hear amen? Now, though we may go through opposition, no, we may go through some temptations or things that are able to hinder us as we desire to move and to continue seeing the change in our lives. Then I want you to understand that God has really made us in a way that there is no obstacle that comes on our way which is stronger than us. Look at 1 Corinthians chapter 10 and verse 13. And as we prepare ourselves to read this, I want you to understand that the operation of the supernatural is not automatic. The operation of the supernatural is not automatic. So in the supernatural, things do not have automatic switch. That you switch and automatically things align themselves. In the supernatural, there are forces, invisible forces, which surrounds us and they carry instructions with them. So they carry instructions. There are things that are there aligned to carry instructions. They carry instructions and instructions are given to them. And so they receive instructions. That is why you always speak to the natural, to the supernatural environment to create an instruction. So if you don't speak those instructions and declare those things, you will live at the instructions of things that you are not seeing, and your life will conform to that which you don't like. Sometimes we are finding ourselves in the wrong place. Like our lives is running the way we don't like. Things are happening the way we don't like, and there are things we desire to see, but we are not seeing them because there are forces that are giving instructions, and those instructions are manifested in our lives, and we have failed to instruct the supernatural. We have failed to speak the ones in the spirit, and these ones will begin to speak to create what we want. So if you don't see what you want, speak what you want to see. If you don't see what you want, speak what you want to see. Don't speak what you are seeing and you don't want it. Speak what you would like to see. That is how God showed us this. When he came and met the world was formless. It was empty. The world was void and formless. And God began to speak what he wanted. He began to speak what he wanted. And it's a formula he was giving at us. So when he saw its darkness, he saw there is nothing. He did not speak nothing. He did not say this world is formless and it is void. He began to speak and say, let there come light. Let there be light. And there was light. Let there come this. And they began to happen. So we speak what we would like to see. We keep on speaking what we would like to see. I say we keep on speaking what what we would like to see. Therefore, we give instruction in the supernatural, and those instructions are now implemented in our lives. That is why Bible says, you shall you shall decree a thing, and it shall be established for you. So you need to be speaking what you want to see. You are not supposed to speak what you don't want to see. What you don't like, don't speak it. Speak what you would like to see. In a situation when you are seeing something that you don't enjoy, speak what you would like to enjoy. When you meet yourself, you are weak, you are not supposed to speak that weak. You are supposed to say, I am strong. Let the weak say, I am strong. You meet yourself, you are broke, you are not supposed to say, today I am very broke. Say, I am very rich. Begin to speak what you would like to speak. To see, and what would happen? You will begin to see the forces in the realm of the spirit implementing what you have been speaking into the visible world. So you will be able to see. Maybe you may speak and declare things, but there may be opposition, because those forces also will try to fight back so that they can hold you from doing what you need to do, to discourage you from speaking, to discourage you from acting. They may cause that kind of opposition. But the Bible says, no temptations has overtaken you except such as common to man. So what you go through is not new, it's common. It's something that is common. So our opposition is not something that is very strange. It is common. You may be experiencing it, don't think that it is unique. It does not carry any unique traits. It is common. Oh, so what you face, it is common. Nothing befalls you than that which is common. So it is common. It's something that is trying to work for something. Common is something that has been there, and it has been frequent, and it's been there for some times now. And people are used to see it. So it is common. It's common because it has been there and it's been identified with many. So we are saying nothing is going to befall us which is not common. So whatever you meet, it may be new to you, but when you look at it and you want to understand it, it is common. Not this time again alone that Paul is using this statement. Peter used the same statement again, brethren. You may face all this kind of temptation, but it is also other brothers in the world are facing the same things. So it is because you have reached another level, you think that it is very unique. If you are sitting for KCPE, most of you, when you are in class, you think you are the first one. There are so many people who have sat for the same exams. And that is what the people who write success to you try to remind you. Many have done these kind of exams and they have gone away. But when you are there, you think you are the only one. You may feel that it is you only who is facing that. Any test, anything that you are going through, you are not the first one to be sacked. There are so many who have been sacked. You are not the first one to be sick. There are those who have been sick. So these are things that are happening. They are common. So opposition that come to us is common to man. But God is faithful. I like that. God is faithful. He is reliable. He is true. He is dependable. He is trustworthy. God is faithful. Who will not allow you to be tempted beyond what you are able. So you will always face opposition that is equal to you. That is equal to you. Equal to your standard, equal to your strength, equal to your ability. You will face that something that is equal to you, that you are able. But with the temptation, you will also take the way of escape, that you may be able to bear it. So if this temptation is so high for you, it gives you an exit. There is a way to go out. So there are no oppositions in life that will overcome you as you try to undergo change. You will meet resistance, but don't lose hope because resistance have come. Because things are resistant to change. Human beings themselves are resistant to change. Our environment is resistant to change. Nothing like to embrace change like that. Change, when people are used to change, they embrace it. But when it is being introduced, I want to tell you they are resistant. Let me tell you, in this time we are having curfew. By the months we have gone, everybody going home by 7, it was automatic. It is starting. Sometimes there were resistance. But after some time, it became obvious that you need to be at home by 7. And people were used to that. Now it has come again. A change has been introduced for a few days now. I mean, this is being the third day since the change has been introduced, that people are supposed now to not to exceed by 9 p.m. outside. But you see, still, people are getting difficulties to reach home by 9, and they were not getting difficulties to reach home by 7. So you would have expected that when you extend it to 9, those people will automatically be at home, and the policeman will not have anybody to, or policemen will not have anybody to try to tell them, go back home, go back. You will not see patrols moving around, kicking people. But what is happening? People still, these initial stages, they are being pushed. Why? Men are always resistant to change. It has come. You thought this is favoring them, but still there is a force that is required to implement the change. So I want you to understand that change, for you to acquire it, there is a force required. There is a force that you require to get into the change. It will not just come. The force is required. And the resistance also will come. The force to resist that change. But that force that is coming to resist that change is not greater than your ability. So the force that is able to kick out you and make you move against the resisting force is greater than the resisting force. So you are able to acquire that change that you need them to have. So always you will meet resistance anytime you want to go through change. There is opposition that comes around. There are forces that comes to break you down and to make you not to get the change that you want to change. Now, I want you to understand that we are bound to change for us to make progress. We cannot progress without change. Transformation is change. So we cannot have it. We cannot progress until there is change. So change is needed. Change is needed for us to begin to prosper. So I want you to understand that it is not the opposition that you are going through that determines your life or position of your life. It is not that opposition. It is your own decisions. It is your own decisions. If you give up and you don't pursue what you want, you will stay where you are, and you will not give an excuse says, I wanted the change, but forces stopped me. It is your decision that stopped you. It's not the forces. It is your decision. You decided to stay like that. Now, once you begin to desire to change and to move according to the pattern that you have established in your heart to accomplish, opposition will end up becoming your stepping stones. Opposition will end up starting you up. Opposition will end up energizing you more to move. They act like fuels to fuel you and to make you move to the higher level than you would have moved. So it is not opposition that will make you determine your position. It is your decision. So when you decide to be persistent, you will break resistance. The solution of resistance is persistence. If you become persistent in whatever you are doing, you will break the resistance that is coming. If you keep on persisting, remember in the book of Luke, Jesus gives a parable in prayer and talked in Luke 18 about the widow who wanted a right to be given by a king who never feared God or man. And it's the persistence of that person. So Jesus was talking about the persistence of prayer. When you begin to persist in prayer, you keep on to pray without ceasing. We ought to pray without giving up. So it's your ability not to give up that will give you the breakthrough that you need in life. So you keep doing it. Even if you are not seeing the result, you still keep doing it. And the change that you desire will automatically be granted unto you. Until you are faced with oppositions and hardship, we are not positioned enough to compete or to face competitive life or to face steep competition in life. So for you to face competition in life or competitive life, you are to be subjected into opposition. You are to be subjected to end times. So it is end times that prepare you for a competitive or a glorious position and good competition. That's why there are a lot of training. Before you go to competition, that you win a award, there are a lot of trainings. And trainings, you do something even hard than what you are going to do during competition. They say you train hard, you win easily, or train easy and win hard. That means you may lose that time when it comes to the winning. So you have to train and then win easily. Or you have to be easy, to take your training with ease, and then you will lose in the competition. You will not win, and if you win hand. You have to toil for you to win. So God does not want to make us in a place where we are traveling, you are striving to make where you want to make. There are some things that come to oppose you so that you can be prepared for a better life. So challenges come to prepare you for better life. Challenges come to prepare you for glorious position. The challenge come to make you hand enough to withstand when it matters most in your life. When it matters. Sometimes when you are suffering, some kind of suffering, you lose nothing. But the same forces may come to fight you when you're in a glorious position. Then you will lose everything. So you need to be prepared and be equal to whatever may face you. And then that is when you are approved. So these end times come to prepare you. They are not coming to compel you into stagnation. They want to prepare you for something good so that you can be there. But the Bible says the people of God are destroyed for lack of knowledge. So anytime you are faced with some opposition, some challenges come, you are not able to endure because you don't know. Sometimes when you are persecuted and you don't know why you are being persecuted, you will not endure. You will not withstand. I want us to understand this. What is this change that we are talking? We are supposed to acquire it. According to the dictionary, the word change means the following. Number one, become something different. You are to become something different. You become something different. Number two, the one change also means also to make something into something else. You make something into something else. So something was there. You make it in something else. That means you have managed to change it. Another thing is to replace. When you replace this with something else, you have already changed it. That you are able to change something into something else. That means you have replaced. So those are the common ones, and I want us to use them also to understand. Can we replace our lives? Can we change a bitter life into a sweet life? Replace it with a sweet life? Can we be able to change something in something else? Can you be able to turn struggles into success? Training